Here we are in the serene surroundings of Studio 4. I'm joined by two lovely gentlemen. To my left, Alfie. To my right, Harry. Yeah, I got it?
Yes, you got it.
In a matter of days, we are looking forward to an album that is dropping by the name of Loving Everywhere I Go. Isn't that...
Woo! You got it.
Woo! When the camera's rolling, lads, I am on fire.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you first, Harry. What can we expect from this album?
Lots of love. And everywhere you go, it's going to be full of love. If you listen to the album, we think that there's something in there for everyone. There's kind of some different sort of styles in there. There's some kind of folky ones like you would expect maybe from us, some more pop ones, some more sort of alternative, weirder ones. But it's not that dissimilar to what we've done in the past. Us two singing in harmony, playing acoustic guitars, electric guitars. It's just, yeah, you can expect a bit of a punch. The drums and the bass are nice and punchy, and I'm very happy with how it's turned out. And I feel like we're sitting on a fancy cinema couch and I can do this move.
Oh, who's got the popcorn?
Easy.
That's round two. Alfie, tell me why you came up with that title and how does it relate to the content of the album?
Loving Everywhere I Go is a line from our song Travelling, and since writing the album, we've played that song everywhere we go. Which has been all over the world, America, Europe, not all over the world, but
the song itself is not actually on the album, but it was the song that has been the opener for every live show for 2 years. So,
and it kind of encapsulates and says what the album says. If there is a theme to the album, kind of travel and meeting people and experiencing all this stuff. That's what it's about.
We're sitting here Wednesday afternoon. You are headed for Winthrop Avenue, which is part of the Cypress Avenue Old Oak complex, a little later for a Q&A in front of an invited audience. We did the inviting for you guys. I believe we're getting a bit of feedback for that.
Oh, we have, yeah. I was walking around Cork City earlier on and people said, oh, yeah, RedFM have been shouting about your gig. And, that they're really excited to come and all that.
Always nice to hear. I'm going to be your Q&A compere for the night, and we'll do a bit of a Q&A with the audience, but I'm going to be chatting with you guys a little later. So I am very much looking forward to that. The album itself, you'll be doing a bit of a preview listen with those that are there tonight as well, and then it drops on Friday. You're back in Cork for a big gig in the Opera House at the end of April. That's the one we want people to know about on Saturday, 25th of April.
Woo! That's exactly right, I think.
No, but I'm looking forward to that. I mean, that's a venue I think you guys have played before and sold out before.
We got to play there on our first album, and still get goosebumps from it. It's actually, we record every gig, and that is the gig that we send to anybody we want to play for us. So we say, check out, this was our what we say our best performance, our set, the best crowd, the best theatre of that tour. So that's the one we send out. So if that means anything, we love it.
I was talking to Owen from Cypress Avenue earlier, who mentioned that you guys came out to me December 2012 type time. He remembered. But I had seen a little clip of Cinematic Lifestyles, the Paris. Whoa. You're up on Sacré-Cœur on the steps overlooking the city of Paris. And some English show was highlighting, it wasn't that I saw it on an Irish TV station. It was an English TV station kind of highlighting up and coming talent. And I saw a little clip of that song. I thought, wow, that is really cool. So I think Owen then had you guys, and I was like, bring them out. I saw it. It sounded great. So it's been a long journey. How has it? When you look back to that, can you believe it almost?
Yeah, it's mad. Cinematic Lifestyle, 2012, crazy times. 8 years ago. I don't believe it when I hear it. The numbers are just getting bigger. It's 12 years since we actually founded our, what we're doing together. And I remember when we were doing the Cinematic Lifestyle kind of promotion, and it was the first song we ever got played on Irish radio under the guise of Hudson Taylor. And Jesus, we have come a long way. Played a lot of shows. I remember that first time coming in here and just being so scared because it was live radio and just it was early days, and those live radio moments are the things that you're just so nervous for, and now it's kind of like cool, it's normal, it's just a conversation at the end of the day.
Exactly, in front of big kind of lights that are slightly off-putting, and I'm like, where do I look? Hi, the camera's there, look at the camera, you guys had been gigging prior to that as Harry and Alfie. What was the Hudson Taylor change? And like it was kind of vocal harmonies and guitar harmonies, if such a thing is. That was kind of what you built on. Where had that come from, and what had influenced you into that?
Well, probably the music we grew up on. Our father was big into music, so was our mum and our sister as well. So we had like Simon and Garfunkel. That would have been the harmony thing coming in. But we started off as Harry and Alfie kind of accidentally. we were just singing covers together for fun, like Beatles songs, Oasis songs and stuff like that. And then when we started writing our own songs, they still went under the name Harry and Alfie, but they were terrible songs, you know, and they didn't really represent where we wanted the band to go. And when we started adding other instruments and other people into what we do, we decided we needed to change the name to our surname, Hudson Taylor. It took a lot of thought, but we ended up on our surname.
You'd think I'd have known that, wouldn't you?
I know. Who's
Wait a
Hudson
minute.
and who's Taylor?
Oh, stop it. No, come on. I'm going to finish this interview by nailing all of the details.
Yeah.
I'll be like, Alfie, Harry, loving everywhere I go, Saturday 26th of April, Cork Opera House.
Woo!
Had a little trial run. That wasn't meant to be the end of the interview, but it could be if you like the edit point for there, Rebecca. But no, hang on a second. So have you got a double barrel surname?
Yes.
Did I know that 8 years ago?
Maybe.
It's a long time.
Our parents are just...
Had you guys been busking? Was that part of the development?
Yes,
Big time.
and we very much still are busking to this day.
Is that how you almost feel about it?
I think so, yeah, because we're always playing to someone new, and yeah, even a festival or supporting a band on tour is like busking. People aren't there to see you, you know. So yeah, we like to treat everything like we are busking.
And keep that freshness, I guess.
Yeah.
So the preview, so the chat tonight on Winthrop Avenue, Q&A with the people that have won tickets through Red FM, it all should be fun. A couple of about a half an hour acoustic set.
Absolutely, yeah.
And a full playthrough then of the album after, and photos and all that kind of jazz. And you've done that across the country. It's it's a simple enough sort of thing to do, but not every band does that. Was it important? What was the thinking behind that?
Yeah, just try and get as many people in the first week to purchase the thing, see if it can make us get a nice place charting in the Irish charts, but also just to get our, you know, establish ourselves as like, no, we're still doing what we love. We still come and, you know, I suppose as well it's good for like getting to see us in our rawest form. And it's the way we wrote these songs. Ultimately, there's loads of production wrapped around it, but we wrote the songs that are on this album as just myself and Alfie sitting on a sofa, Alfie playing a bit of a baron and me playing a guitar or whatever it is. And it's a lovely opportunity for people to see us in that raw capacity.
Yeah, and one thing we've realised over the last 3 days is that just our audience is so sound. Everyone coming down is so nice, so polite, and yeah, just lovely people. So it's mutually beneficial, we hope. You know, people get to see us play, see live performance, ask us questions, you know, take photos, whatever. But also, we're getting to meet some nice people and travelling around the country.
So it's win-win-win all round. I think this video is going to pop out on Red FM socials on the day of the album release, on the Friday itself. Loving Everywhere I Go, available now. Buy it in all known record stores, or if they still exist. No, I'm joking. In all the usual ways you can find music these days. And then you're on obviously a series of promo tours, Cinematic Lifestyles, Chasing Rubies. What are the other, just to wrap it all up, to bring us back to this present point, what would be other milestone moments for you guys?
On this album, like songs wise, the whole thing that kicked it off was Feel It Again. We released that in 2017 after not releasing something in about 2 years. We couldn't believe the response to that. We played it at Electric Picnic, wasn't it, that year? And it was crazy. It completely changed, set the bar for this whole album. And
as the first thing you'd released in 2 years, had you know, is it hard to keep the momentum going? I mean, you guys are obviously brothers. It can be hard to be in a band with a bunch of people probably anyway. It can be certainly hard to be in a family, I think, as everybody knows. As much as they love it, they can also hate it at the same time. So is it hard to keep the momentum and keep the whole fire in the belly burning? And have there been dips and lows of that over the years?
Big time. No, it is hard to keep the fire going all the time, but you get egged on by the crowds you play, and even if you're having a bad day, you can't not enjoy yourself when people are screaming the words to a song that you wrote.
When you're in that live performance, the magic is still always there.
Yeah, and even as brothers, we would have fights sometimes, but then we go out on stage and it's like nothing ever happened, because you get so lost in the music in a good way. You're in the music, you're not lost in it, you're just there and super present, because if you're not present, you're going to make a big mistake, and that's going to be embarrassing. So it's I think it's healing, you know. For me as a performer, I find also as a music lover, going to gigs, it's a very healing thing, because it just takes you out of your head. You get to just be with music. It's lovely.
Well, that sounds like a very nice way to finish it. I was going to go on and ask about any summer objectives or plans for big gigs or festivals, but I presume make as much of a splash as you can with the album launch. Hopefully see the sales of that album rocket up.
Absolutely.
Build the buzz and follow it on from there.
Absolutely, yeah. And we are at Indiependence this summer, which is one of our favourite festivals In the world, yeah.
There you go. Thank you very much. I've now got my wrap up. Thank you, Alfie. Thank you, Harry. Hudson Taylor. Loving Everywhere I Go. The album is out now.